Hello good people! This is FisherTwelve and we have an exciting Fallout 4 video for you guys today. And this is going to be my first Fallout 4 video because if you guys don't know, the trailer came out yesterday. It's set in Boston and I could not be more excited for any game in the world right now. Fallout is one of my favorite series, and the fact that this new one is set in Boston just has me super pumped and super hyped, so I thought it would be a great idea for me to go through the trailer and point out some of the more historical Boston landmarks that are in this trailer, since this is pretty much my neighborhood. This is where I live. Pretty much some of the stuff that I see every day. There's even my office, even where I work is in this trailer. So, well, I think it's in this trailer, but you guys can be the judge of that. Just some little background information. Fallout, for those of you that don't know, it's a series about what would have happened if the U.S. never left the 1950s Cold War era sort of beliefs, but technology kept advancing anyway. Even more background story on just the plot. Nuclear war breaks out between like the US, Canada, and China, and the USA splits into like West Coast and East Coast countries more or less. And in Fallout 3, there's a character who is believed to be from a place called the Institute, further in, you know, the Northeast area, and that was far advanced in technology. This place is so advanced in technology that they're capable of creating lifelike androids who can gain their own independence, which we actually got a flash of in the trailer. So a lot of people have been connecting the Institute with MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and that is giving us our Boston location for Fallout 4. So let's take a look at some of the landmarks now. Starting off at 137 in the trailer, we have the Bunker Hill Monument, which is in Charlestown. At 139, we have the USS Constitution. That's also in Charlestown, but this thing has some nice rocket boosters on the side of it. This thing got a nice upgrade. At 141, we have Scollay Square, which is now present-day Government Center. Scollay Square was demolished in the late 50s. I think it was 1958, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when they decided to build Government Center, and Government Center is where Faneuil Hall is today. A lot of you may know of Faneuil Hall. At 144, we have, this is supposed to be some representation of the MBTA, which is our public transit system here in Massachusetts. This mostly resembles, or closely resembles, an Orange Line train, although if you look at an Orange Line train, it doesn't look quite the same. At 145, we have what I think is the South Boston Bay Center. It's a shopping plaza. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm judging up where it says Bay Center in the top left-hand corner. To the right, there's a building that says Four Leaf. I can't pick out what that bottom word is, and I tried to do some Googling, try to search my Boston knowledge, and I couldn't find anything, but my guess is that this is, you know, supposed to be South Boston, more or less. These next couple of shots at 146, I think it closely resembles the Zakim Bridge. 148, we have what could be the MIT Haystack Observatory. This is a very loose maybe. I'm just trying to make connections here. Moving on, we definitely have Fenway Park, though, in these next couple of shots at 150. And then continuing on at 151 to 155, we have some people debating this is inside Fenway Park, outside Fenway Park. It says Diamond City, so maybe it is built on the basement diamond inside Fenway Park. And in the background, we get the Prudential Tower. And then maybe I'm making some more assumptions here. To the right of that, we have the John Hancock Tower. That really wouldn't make sense if you look at, you know, how the architecture is in Boston. But of course, as a video game, they can place whatever historical buildings wherever they want. And then to the left of that, we see this actually a couple times in the trailer. Maybe this is what I think could be 111 Huntington Ave, or maybe the Trinity Church. Maybe a better guess might be maybe it could be the old John Hancock Tower. That's a possibility as well. The Prudential and John Hancock Tower might actually be switched. I'm not entirely sure. Only the game will tell us what these buildings actually are, but these are just some of my speculations on the skyline. 147, we get flashes of the Old North Church and the Paul Revere Monument. At 2 minutes, we have what I think is Boston Sand and Gravel, and I think to the right of that, this sort of blue structure is maybe the Boston Garden. And then closing here around the 203 mark, we have the State House. We have the Massachusetts State House and the Prudential Building in the background. And very briefly at 205, we get a little glimpse of the graveyard and the Boston Commons that sits in front of the State House. So those were some of the landmarks I was able to identify in the new Fallout trailer. I am super pumped for this game, and I want to hear what you guys thought of the new trailer and how excited you are for Fallout 4 in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, because I'll definitely be doing more Fallout 4 content as it gets released. But that is going to do it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.
Let's go, pal.